That is a half-naked headline. If you've just tuned in, it's Christy in the Live Lounge, and we are getting loud because we are talking all about Manx Punx. We've got Twist with us today. So Twist, that's half-naked headline. That is Parasite. They're going to be playing at this Manx Punx all day. Tell us about this. When is this happening, and what's the kind of idea behind it?
It's happening on the 13th of July, so a week today, happening at the Outback. What we realised was with loads of the local bands going touring across, recording, we'd been a bit lax, to be honest, with putting on local gigs. And of course, your local fan base, that's your bread and butter, that's what you want to keep going for. So we just ended up having an idea. It was like, let's see how big of a gig that we can physically put on. And then it was a bit rushed, to be fair, because then we realised what date that we could do it on. And we were like, okay, we've got 2 months to book everything, plan everything, promote everything. Credits to Jenny, she's been absolute gem help with us. It's been a long 2 months, to be honest.
But you're nearly there.
So close.
And you know what? When you see all these bands, you are going to be so pleased. I'm sure you are, and no doubt absolutely going nuts when you see them. And is it right? Over 10 hours of bands. Is that right?
So we'll be starting at 12 o'clock. So an early start. So make sure that you get a lie in and don't go too crazy on the Friday. All the way up until about 10 o'clock is when we'll be stopping and starting to pack down. So Outback will be open as usual for its club night afterwards. We've got 2 stages, so we'll have one at the main dance floor, one upstairs in the smoking deck area.
Obviously not playing at the same time.
No. So we've done well. We've kind of balanced it. So we'll have one band playing, and then as soon as they finish, the next band will be on.
Yeah.
So a lot of steps, so that's really good. Get your pedometers
in. I mean, you're going to get people fit and healthy doing this as well, especially if they're moshing too. So, you know, you're kind of jumping around all over the place because you've got to jump around
make
when
sure
you
see
stretch. These bands. Yeah, stretching the bands, exactly, especially for us oldies. Right, well, speaking of oldies, we're going to play some youngies now because you mentioned Croto. Now, I've played these guys before. They are so talented and so young.
They're absolutely great. It's one of the young bands that you get to see that they just inspire, like, even the older generations. Like, wow, this is still going on at this level. Like, it's just beautiful to see. Yeah. That kind of energy and that raw, I don't know, teenage angst or something like that.
That's the thing, because, well, there's always space for punk music, isn't there? Because it is an expression of, you know, sort of all that sort of rage, all that anger against anyone or anything. It is such an excellent way to kind of get that out there and get a message out as well. So, you know, kind of works on that front. So we're going to play, what we're going to do, we're going to play a bit of each of the bands that we've got here, because I know we've got like 4 or 5 we want to fit in, and we're not going to have time for all of them. So we're just going to do about a minute and a half of each of the bands. And then for those of you that are listening, don't worry, we're going to put the full songs on the podcast, okay? So you'll get to hear the full songs on the podcast after the show, but we want you to hear as much as we can. So I'm going to stop talking, obviously, and play Croto. This is Say the Word.